Hey, what's going on guys? Jolts here, back with another build video, and today we're going over Motion, Slickness, Zane. As of recently, I've been doing a lot of testing with Zane, and I feel like I found the ultimate build for bossing. So the build focuses on moving at max speed to get the most out of violent momentum. The faster you move, the more damage you get. Now, the issue with the build is you need stuff that kinda aims better for you, because as you're sliding around like this and shooting, it's gonna be really hard to hit stuff. First up, we have the Maggie, and the Maggie is one of those guns that works for a lot of builds, and for this build, we want it because, you know, multi-pellet, and we're going to be using Calm, Cool, Collected, not as a cryo build, but as a way to get my action skill back instantly, which means I can get my kill skills back up and get that crazy damage again. EMP5, really good for mobbing. It's not needed for the build, but it does help if you want to go fast. Yeah, if you didn't know, if you hold it, you move faster. Flackers, you want all the flackers, so get yourself a fire one, get yourself a radiation one, get yourself a no element one. And the annoyance aren't necessary, but you want to try to find them with the wall sliding bonus damage. That is going to help quite a bit. I've used non-anointed flackers too, and they work just fine. The Scourge. At the bare minimum, get yourself a no element one. If you find elements on it, even better. Now, the cool thing about this weapon is the micro rockets that kind of circle the main rocket, they home into enemies. So if you slide and shoot this thing at a distance, you can do massive damage. The Rough Rider. You want this. Keeping it simple, basically, if your shield is depleted, which it will be all the time because, you know, Rough Rider, you're going to have health regen all the time, and with the combination of these two skills, if you score a headshot, you're going to get your action skill back instantly, which means you can reactivate your kill skills on demand whenever you want. And when you activate your kill skills, massive damage. Now, if a boss can be one-shotted, I know it sounds crazy, but Zane can actually do it, then you can actually use the rerouter for even more damage. For the grenade, use whatever. Now, I am spec'd into drone delivery, so my drone is going to be throwing grenades. Whenever my drone throws a grenade, I get that 25% bonus damage. I would say farm a vendor, try to find that annoyance on any grenade. You know, more damage, always better. The anti-freeze. Yeah, it's a pain to farm, but just try to find one with more points and violent momentum. So when you're sliding or jumping, you're getting more damage. Luckily, there is a really good backup if you don't have this. Go for an infiltrator. Just get as many points and violent momentum as you can. So with this class mod, when your shield is broken, you have increased damage and movement speed. Now, it's not as much damage as the anti-freeze, but it's still pretty close. Go ahead and find yourself a Snowdrift artifact. You can see there 50% shotgun damage while sliding. And as you know, we're using the flacker, so this is going to be a really good combo. If you don't have a splatter gun, don't worry about it, not really needed. You can always use a Snowdrift Victory Rush if you want to get more movement speed, or a Snowdrift Auto Idle too. That's going to be good for the healing. A few other things for the build, you could do the Cutsman, really good for bossing. The Q system or the Carrier, really good. So if you tag the enemy with a dart and slide around and shoot in the air, your bullets will auto hit and do massive damage. Dictator, this is also a mobbing build too if you swap over to a comp that has more in borrowed time. Because as you know, sliding around and shooting multiple mobs is very, very hard. So we switch over to a typical Calm, Cool, Collected build for that. Brainstormer, really good for chaining mobs to kill them all together. All the Scourges for bossing. The Hive, yeah, really good. So if you slide and shoot this thing, it will auto home into the enemies and kill them all. The Lyudas, they don't have to be ×2, but if they are, that will help. These slide durations aren't very long, so you want to get the most damage out of your slide. Cold Warrior, I don't even use it for the build, because I want to have more points in borrowed time. When you're mobbing, you want to make sure you have your action skills up all the time, including your barrier. So with more points in borrowed time, you have a lesser chance to lose your action skill when you're chaining enemy kills. Now, if you're really good at chaining kills fast, then yeah, use the Cold Warrior. Get as many points in synchronicity as you can for more damage. Alright, now for the skill tree, we're going to start with the blue tree, and starting right off, let's go ahead and hit the capstone. See in red. When you activate your action skills, you're going to activate all your kill skills on demand. That means if you're fighting a boss one-on-one, you can still get your kill skills. With all of your kill skills, you're going to be doing massive damage. Violent Speed. So it's a kill skill, so when you activate your, see in red, you're going to get that on demand. You're going to get up to 50% movement speed. Why does that matter? Well, the faster you go, the more damage you get with the violent momentum. I've done a lot of testing, and I don't think there's a cap on this skill. So the faster you move, the more damage you get. In fact, I did some testing, and I've hit over 1000% bonus damage. This skill is insane, and that's why our build is focused around it. So run, slide, shoot, massive damage. Cool Hand, a couple points there to move down the skill tree, and it's activated on demand with the Seeing Red skill. That's going to give us a little more reload. Drone Delivery, so the drone is going to throw our grenade and activate the Anoint for 25% more damage. Salvation, a little more healing, and 1 point there is all you need. So you activate Seeing Red, and we'll get that healing on demand. Death Follows Close, more kill skill bonuses and duration. Always grab that. Violent Violence, 5 points there to move down the skill tree. It's not really needed for the bossing setup because we're using a Flacker and Scourge and they shoot really slow. But when you're mobbing, this is really good. Playing dirty, you have a chance to shoot a second projectile. So when you shoot the Scourge, you have a chance to double your damage with it. It is a kill skill, so you can activate it on demand with the Seeing Red. No points in Good Misfortune because we need to control when our action skill ends and starts. There are going to be times where you want it to end so you can reactivate them for your kill skills. For Sentinel, all we need for bossing is Bad Dose. They will weaken the enemies and also buff you. Really good. Now, Winter's Drone, I do grab it for mobbing, but for bossing, I don't want this. If the drone cryos something and activates Calm Cool Collected or Brain Freeze, then my action skill duration is going to reset, and I can't activate my kill skills on demand with Seeing Red. So yeah, for mobbing, put it on, and for bossing, take it off. And for bossing, you can put your augment anywhere else. It doesn't really matter. That's the blue tree. Let's go over the green tree. The dome, you're going to have even more damage when you're standing inside of it. It will also ensure you don't die. So the main reason for this whole entire tree is to get Calm Cool Collected. Like I said before, you can get your action skill back instantly with Calm Cool Collected, and because of that with Seeing Red, you can activate any kill skill on demand whenever you want. So when you combine this with the Brain Freeze and you hit a critical hit when you're full HP, you can get your action skill back instantly. As for up here, these all don't matter. With the Rough Rider, this doesn't count, and this doesn't count for the Rough Rider, but if I swap over to the Rerouter, then I would be getting some shield recharge rate and delay out of this. So I would just put the points here to move down the tree. Brain Freeze. When you score a critical hit, you can freeze enemies. What's cool about this is you can use any kind of weapon. It doesn't have to be cryo. What's also really cool about this is if you combine it with Calm Cool Collected, let's say you shoot Grave Ward's chest. Obviously, you can't freeze Grave Ward, but it counts as freezing the enemy, and you will get your action skill back instantly. Stiff Upper Lip for damage reduction. Rise to the occasion for health regen, so your shield's always going to be low because of the Rough Rider, so you're going to be regenerating 5% max HP all the time. Confident Competence does not apply with the Rough Rider, so there's no point in grabbing that. Really expensive jacket for washing off status effects. For 1 point, definitely worth it. Best served cold, you don't need that. Futility Belt. When you get a kill, damage reduction. Refreshment, you only need 1 point here. When you freeze an enemy, you will have lifesteal on them. And we already covered that. As for the augments, these don't apply to your barrier when you pick it up, so don't worry about those. So go for All-Rounder for protection on all sides. And Deterrence Field for staggering enemies. As for the orange tree, nothing. I would like stuff over here, but the thing is, we gotta move down the skill tree to get Seeing Red, and we gotta move down the skill tree to get Calm Cool Collected. So there's no spare points in the build to actually get anything over here. Depending on the boss, we swap out the barrier for the clone, and we can actually reset our distance from the enemy by teleporting away, which means we can slide and go for another powerful shot. So one more thing I want to point out before we show off the build is Violent Momentum. When you're going fast and you shoot a shot, the game's going to remember your speed when you shot that shot. So even if you're standing still when the shot lands, it's still going to keep that bonus damage. Look below my XP bars. So when I activate Seeing Red, we're getting all these kill skills stacked twice. That is going to be a lot of bonus damage. Alright, let's start simple with Grave Ward, and you can see our modifiers are neutral. So for this kill, I swap over to the Digiclone. So we're going to drop off the barrier and grab that. And let's go ahead and jump down, activate our Sentinel, and clone. And what we're going to do right here is slide off the cliff and shoot our Scourge at the chest. So slide off, shoot the Scourge, teleport back. And watch this shot right here. That by itself did that much damage. And to finish off, we'll do Lyuda, sure. There we go. And that's the kill. You slide, you shoot, you go for the kill. You can do ridiculous damage with this build. Alright, let's go show off a more complex boss. So for Tyrene, I'm going to swap over to the barrier. We don't need the clone as much here. And we're going to be using a Flacker and Fire Scourge. So let's go ahead and activate our skills before we jump down. Be ready for the shot. And let's go. So we jump down, we're going to slide. We're going to shoot. And look at this damage. Yeah. And for the rest, we'll do Flacker, slide, shoot. So you can see right now our action skills are over and we have no more. Let's wait till we're full HP. We're going to shoot a critical hit. And we got it back, see? And that was because of Calm Cool Collected and Brain Freeze. So now we can reactivate our kill skills on demand. Let's do that. Pick that up. Slide shot. Yeah, we insta-give that phase. And slide shoot this. And you can see the damage on the Flacker is so good. Okay, action skill's about to be over. Cool. Go for the crit. There we go. Reactivate. Get some distance. Slide shoot. And Flacker. One more chunk. There we go. Boss down. For the mobbing setup, it's the exact same skill trees, don't worry. And we just swapped out a few things of gear. So we have our Maggie, EMP5, which is not needed, but it does help. Brainstormer, Dictator, our Rough Rider, more points and borrow time to ensure our skills don't run out, Icebreaker Auto Idle for more damage and healing, and a Hex for freezing stuff. And since we're mobbing, we're going to swap over to Winter's Drone, and we're going to have our Dome on too. Yep, let's do it. Modifiers are neutral, throw down the barrier, do the drone, pick that up, and just go for the crits. That is the whole build. And you do want to move around a little bit too to make sure you're getting that bonus damage from Violent Momentum. It does help a little bit. And you can see when I hit those crits, I just get my action skill back instantly. So yeah, this build can do it all. You can mob, you can boss. It just works really well. Do some Maggie. Yeah, the Maggie does good work. Okay, a lot of mobs over here. Let's go ahead and chain them with the Brainstormer. There we go. Like I said before, if you feel like you don't need those points and borrowed time for keeping your action skill up, then swap over to a Cold Warrior. But even with 4 points and borrowed time, you can see how fast my action skill does run out. So you gotta make sure you're hitting those crits and chaining your kills. Chain all these. Yeah, the Brainstormer is an amazing gun. Don't pass it up. And there we go. That was the whole round 1 without losing my action skill once. That's gonna be it for the video, so go ahead and try out the build for yourself and let me know how it works for you. And if you guys did enjoy the video, then please be sure to leave a like, because that'd be awesome. And if you guys really enjoyed it, be sure to sub. You guys have a great day, and I will see you all later. Peace out.